Good morning friends, I'm Megha Chok from Gurgaon. Today, I'm here to torture you guys with my entertaining views on Place of Provision of Services Rules 2012. Ready for pleasant shocks?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's chit chat on Place of Provision of Services Rules 2012, which I would like to call POPS Rules 2012 for my whole session. The very first question would have shuffled your minds on is that what's the need of these rules? I mean, talking about post 17-2012 service if not covered under negative list and exemptions. Let it be taxable now. What's the need of these rules? If you are thinking that way, let me tell you guys that's not the exact situation. Rooting this through the Finance Act 1994, Section 66C, that says service shall be taxable only if provided in the taxable territory. That means seaters of the service must be in the taxable territory. It is quite possible the service shall be treated as provided inside the taxable territory, whereas provider and receiver are outside the taxable territory. It is also possible that service provider and receiver are inside the taxable territory and service shall be treated as provided outside the taxable territory. Concluding this all, we can say that POPS shall determine the taxing jurisdiction of the service. Primarily meant for cross-border services, equally applicable to all the transactions. Moving on to the rules. All the 14 rules can be classified into 3 categories, just 3 categories. We can have here three categories are general, specific and other aspects. General, specific and other aspects. Rule 3 is covered in the general rule. Some of the rules are specific and some of the rules are under other aspects. Let's start from specific rules. First of all, we have Rule 4, performance-based services. Place of provision of the services like repairing etc. shall be the place where the service is being performed. These services can be with respect to goods, which demands the physical presence of goods. These can be with respect to an individual, for example, beauty treatment, etc., which necessitates the physical presence of the service receiver. But the POP shall be the place where the service is being performed. Next, we have services relating to immovable property. Place of provision of the services directly in relation to the immovable property shall be the place where the immovable property is located or is intended to be located. Moving on to the Rule 6, that is event-based services. Place of provision of the services by way of admission to or organization of the events shall be the place where the events are being held. Next, we have services provided at more than one location. If any service is being provided in UK and half portion of that service is being provided in India, we'll take it as if as provided in the taxable territory and we'll have to pay tax. What this rule says is that place of provision shall be the place where the greatest portion of the service is being provided. Moving on to the Rule 8, where both service provider and service receiver are located in taxable territory. Where both service provider and service receiver are located in taxable territory, doesn't matter service is being provided in taxable territory or outside the taxable territory, the place of provision shall be the location of service recipient. Next, we have specified services. Rule 9 specifies some of the services including services provided by banking company and financial institutions, information and database access or retrieval services, intermediary services, and services consisting of hiring of means of transport. In all these services, place of provision shall be the location of service provider. It has been specified in Rule 9. Next we have goods transportation service. Place of provision of the goods transportation service, other than by way of courier or mail, shall be the place of the destination of goods, provided that in case of GTA, goods transportation agency, the place of provision of the services shall be the location of the person liable to pay service rates. Next we have Rule 11, passenger transportation service. Place of provision of the passenger transportation service shall be the place from where he embarks upon the journey, provided that there should not be any stopover during the journey and the journey should be continuous in nature. Next we have Rule 12, on-board conveyance services. On-board conveyance services, maybe you are taking beauty treatment services, let's suppose, while on board, and these services are wholly or substantially consumed on board during your journey. The place of provision shall be the first scheduled departure point of the journey which you have started. Next we have Rule 13. Just to avoid double taxation and for uniformity of the rules, CG has the power to notify the services in circumstances in order to avoid double taxation where you have to pay tax and where you don't have to pay tax. Next we have Rule 14. It doesn't determine the place of provision, taxable jurisdiction at all. What it tells is order of application of rule. In case if provision of service can be determined under two rules, for example under Rule 4 also and under Rule 8 also. This rule says that later is better, means the last one, Rule 8, will be applicable for the determining the place of provision of services and not Rule 4. That's all about rules. Now, to clarify it through an example, let's take an example. We have here, we can suppose A is a service provider, he is in India, and B is a service receiver who is in UK. A is providing event management services to B. Place of provision shall be the place where event is being held. Here in our case, in UK it is being held. The place of provision shall be the UK. Outside the taxable territory, no need to pay tax. Next, A has an office in UK which is being rented to A by B in lieu of certain consideration. In this case, place of provision shall be the place where immovable property is being held, that is UK, no need to pay tax as it is outside the taxable territory. Just pause. If A's office in UK, one equipment gets damaged, for its repairing, an engineer from UK only is hired and repairing is being done in UK only. What's the place of provision? Performance-based services. Repairing has been done in UK, that is outside the taxable territory, no need to pay tax. Next we have A is in India. He rents out some property in UK to C, who is also in India. That means service provider A and service receiver C, both are in taxable territory. Applying Rule 7, we will say India is a taxable territory, that's why we have to pay tax. If suppose repairing service provided in UK, the equipment could not be corrected, could not be repaired overall in UK, and we have to send that equipment in India for 30% repairing in India. What will be the taxable territory, UK or India? Obviously, applying Rule 8, we will say that India is a taxable territory and we will have have to pay tax. Now, moving on to our next example. Suppose A receives commission from B for selling his goods in UK. He is acting as an intermediary. He is receiving commission, which will be covered under Rule 9. What will be the place of provision? It has been specified that place of provision shall be the service provider's location. That is A in India. That's why it is inside the taxable territory and will have to pay tax. Just suppose B in UK retrieves some information through A's website, matrimonial website. In this case, this service is covered under online information and database access or retrieval services. This is covered under Rule 9 specified services. Place of provision shall be the A's location, service provider's location. That is in India, will have to pay tax. Just suppose A, our service provider, has an account in UK with UK's bank. In this case, he is receiving remittance services from UK's bank and has been charged ₹1,000. Place of provision shall be as per 9 specified rules, banking in financial services. That's why place of provision shall be outside the taxable territory. As service provider UK bank is outside the taxable territory. Just suppose A provides service of hiring of transport to B on an annual rent. Whether tax will be levied. Here in this case, I have spoken on annual rent. Whereas in Rule 9, it is specifically written that up to a period of 1 month, if provided hiring of means of transport service up to a period of 1 month, only then it will be covered under Rule 9. That's why Rule 9 will not be applicable. Moving on to our next example, we have if A wants to travel to UK to visit his office, let's say. He is going from Delhi to UK. What will be the place of provision? Passenger transportation service. The place of provision shall be the place from where he embarks upon. Here in this case, we have Delhi from where he embarks upon. That's why the place of provision shall be Delhi inside the taxable territory, will have to pay tax. Last example, A consigned cut flowers to B. Being an event manager, he consigned cut flowers to B who is in UK. Transportation of goods, what will be the place of provision? The destination of goods, that is in UK. That's why that will be outside the taxable territory and we don't need to pay any tax. That's all about place of provision of services rules. Thank you very much.